Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck my life.
I'm only laughing because it was so painful.
This was so bad. This was probably the worst thing that we've watched out of anything we've ever reviewed. This was worse
He's
than
telling the
Raw.
truth. This is worse than WCW 2000.
This was worse than fucking Impact Hard to Kill.
This is worse than AEW.
This is worse than DPW. I would rather watch fucking DPW again over this shit. Well,
Really now.
I guess might as well let everyone know what we watched. So, we watched the GTS Wrestling Regal Rumble 2022. We thought about doing Grimomania 2022 when it came out, but fuck that. That would have been a terrible idea. Just like this was a terrible idea, but you know what? We reviewed like every other wrestling company, and fuck it, we'll have a GTS review. Why not? Like, it doesn't fucking matter anyway, because this was terrible. And so we watched the GTS Regal Rumble for this year. It was a 40-man Regal Rumble, basically Royal Rumble, and it was for the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship. That was held by some guy named what was it, Joey Angelo? Some shit.
Yeah, Joey Angelo.
So, there's not a lot to say besides this was fucking terrible. Nobody in this fucking company knows how to fucking wrestle. This was so bad. So, it starts off with this guy, isn't it? The only guy that looks like an actual wrestler here. This big ass dude. His name was Vince something. And it starts off with him having a brawl with Doo-Hop for some fucking reason. I don't keep up with GTS lore. I don't watch GTS. I'm not Kyle fucking Danger, so I don't know. I don't know. Okay? I don't know what the story is behind this, nor do I care, because this was god awful. So then they just break them up, and then fucking the Regal Rumble starts, and the first guy was some guy where his whole gimmick is that apparently he was a jobber on Raw that got destroyed by Omos.
Yep.
And his whole gimmick was that he had a bag of lettuce and he would throw it at people. I'm not shitting you. This is the level of, I would call it comedy, but it's not even comedy. This is the level of just what Grimm thinks is good to put out there. I don't even remember who he started against. It was some fucking dude no one cared about that apparently had beef with Grimm. I don't know. So many. It seemed like everybody had beef with Grimm in this. And fucking Grimm was commentating, and it was super cringe. And they were doing so many fucking indie spots, and like so many people were coming to the ring. I don't know who any of these people were. I don't.
There was one in a fucking Leatherface costume.
Yes, there was Leatherface. The only other people I knew was Tony Cheney, Doo-Hop, Grimm, and Jimmy Controversy. Those are the only people I knew.
Oh, you forget about fucking the Tina bitch.
Well, Austin, that's the thing. Her name in GTS isn't Tina; it's Quarantina.
I don't care.
And
Do
apparently,
you really care that much?
Grimm said that Quarantina couldn't compete in the match because of my head wants to explode right now, because of a solid steel ass injury, is what Grimm said. And then he then showed his fat ass pog girlfriend's ass to the camera. And I was horrified. And I know Austin enjoyed it, but I was horrified.
No, I did not.
And
Jesus fucking Christ.
apparently
Oh my.
Tina had beef with this one girl because she's the one that caused her ass injury, and then Tina kept interfering in the match for no fucking reason. And then the Grimm had this whole side plot where him and Doo-Hop were gonna work together so Grimm could win his first ever Regal Rumble. It was so stupid. There was one guy that fucking had a gold wrist gauntlet. His name was Roman Grape. There was fucking I
There was
can't
Stone
even.
Cold E.T.
Yeah,
Stone
Stone Cold
Cold
ET
fucking.
that turned out to be some other guy that put some guy wearing a fucking Call of Duty ghillie suit through a fucking door, and then Grimm was
There
checking
was a
on him, and then they
there
were
was a
saying his
guy
back was
named
broken.
there was a guy named Kirby that used the Falcon Punch.
There's fucking a guy named Doctor Cool who his finisher was the fucking Santino Cobra, but instead of
I'm not
Cobra,
even
he would
laughing.
say Cool.
I can't stop fucking laughing because it's so fucking bad.
And
Like
then
this is so bad.
And the one chick was also, they had so many championships, but the one chick was intergender champion. I noticed that. They had Joey Angelo, who was the YouTube wrestling figures heavyweight champion. Then there was this other guy who was the GTS champion. Then there was apparently GTS tag team champions. And then there's apparently a GTS hardcore champion. And then there was
I
apparently
saw an
this guy.
Intercontinental in the U.S. as well.
Yeah, and then there was this guy who he was the last entrant in the match, and he had a championship of himself. I don't really know what to say about that. And a lot of these people came out and got immediately eliminated, and they had the big jacked fucking Vince guy dominate most of the Rumble. And it, and then they tried to make Doo-Hop all badass with because he came out with a chain around his neck, and then he just got his ass whooped. And then fucking Grimm's fat fucking can't wrestle ass got in the ring, and he's way fucking bigger than he used to be. And he, like a running joke on this show, because I know Grimm thinks it's hilarious. Like everybody kept getting kicked in the balls because
Yeah.
that's the level of humor Grimm has, where he thinks people getting kicked in the balls is still funny. Like I
There
get
was that one
maybe it'd
point
be funny once, but
where
not every fucking 5 minutes somebody gets kicked in the balls.
Grimm was talking to the Vince Series guy, and he was like, "While you were in the gym getting all ripped, I was for all that time I was in your mom," and that was the humor we have
Yeah,
here.
and
Your
and
mom jokes.
the crowd was acting like that was a sick burn. Also, the crowd consisted of all the wrestlers that were in the match as well. There was just completely random people who half of them had wrestling gear but still didn't know how to wrestle, and the others just said fuck it, whatever they were wearing, got in the ring, never wrestled a day in their life, and yeah. And so thus, we had the Regal Rumble, and if you can tell, we're not going in order of anything because, frankly, I don't care enough. This was so bad. There were so many people that I didn't know. People were literally coming out every 5 seconds. Like, someone would get in the ring, and then Grim would be like, in 5, 4. I'm like, okay. And some people would just come out and immediately get thrown out, and it's like, okay, what the fuck?
Legitimately, the only person that has potential to ever be in a big promotion like WWE or AEW or anything like that is that Vince Sears guy. And
You
even then,
know,
he was fucking up a little bit too.
It's sad that some people in AEW came from GTS. It's really sad.
I know Max Caster was a mainstay in GTS for a while.
like GTS wrestling is the absolute bottom of the barrel, last place that you should ever be scouting for talent.
I know.
But, AEW is AEW. They'll sign fucking anybody and everybody will eat it up and fucking masturbate. So, fucking
I'm
Grim
just glad
fucking.
James Ellsworth wasn't in this.
Yeah, James Ellsworth is in fucking a lot of other GTS shit, though. Fucking. And the funny
You
thing is,
know,
I remember Grim and Doo-Hop did this video. It was around when fucking James Ellsworth had like sexual assault allegations or some shit, and they did this video talking about, oh, we're never gonna work with James Ellsworth again, and he's a fucked up person, and this and that, and that's not what GTS is about, and blah blah blah. And then they had him back on GTS multiple times. So, good
yeah,
job, Grim. Good job. Good fucking job, Grim.
yeah,
Fucking there's a lot of times like Grim kept calling himself the fat man that runs the brand, I think is what he said. It was so
yeah.
bad. It was just genuinely so bad. There's a lot of spots where people were hitting super kicks way too fucking much, and this is the shit
right,
that I'm talking
right at the
about.
end, right at the end, Grim started hitting super kicks, and Devon got so fucking angry.
Because
I started dying
like
laughing.
every single person in the match hit a super kick. It's why I can't stand the super kick now, because the fucking Young Bucks ruined that fucking move to where they did the fucking super kick party bullshit where all
I
these
know.
fucking indie mark wrestling fans, like people in GTS, think it's cool and they want to be like the fucking young fucks, the fucking Cucamonga kids, and fucking super kick people, and and because they made the super kick party so cool, oh, let's go be like the Young Bucks and super kick. And now every fucking body in wrestling uses the super kick, and I can't fucking stand it. And then I see everybody in this match using it, and they're just using it like it's a nothing move, and everybody was doing it, and nobody did it correctly either. People did it so terrible, and Grim was the worst because he couldn't even get his fat ass goddamn KFC 8-piece bucket drumstick fucking fat ass thigh past like not even half the height of the Vince guy's body, and none of these super kicks connected either, by the way. But I guess I should fucking say that there was one part where Jimmy Controversy and this chick that he was with were in the ring. Grim was in the ring, Vince was in the ring, and Doo-Hop was in the ring. And they were trying to eliminate Grim, and Grim was yelling for Doo-Hop to help him, but Doo-Hop was fighting the Vince guy, and then Grim got eliminated. So then Grim got mad and started going off on Doo-Hop, calling him an asshole and saying, "Why you were supposed to help me? Why didn't you help me?" I don't get why Grim acts like a child. I really don't. I really
Because he has the
I
mentality of one.
I really hope that he's not like that off camera, because that would actually be really sad. But um so Grim is eliminated from the Regal Rumble and he's pissed. And then like Doo-Hop's like, "Well, I'm still in it, and like you're distracting me. I got a match to win." And then Grim starts talking shit to him. So Doo-Hop shoves him away from the ring, and then Grim blasts him in the head with a chair. And then like the guy holding the camera was like, "Grim, what the hell did you do that for? That was uncalled for." I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I just don't. I don't, man. In the in
So
the
fucking bad.
in the fucking end of this match. Oh, also I should say they were really hyping up the last entrant. He came out. It was the guy with the championship of himself. Came out, hit some super kicks, got eliminated. Nothing special. And then in the end it came down to fucking Vince, fucking Joey Angelo, and fucking Doo-Hop. They were the last three, and basically Doo-Hop was taken out from the chair shot. So Vince and Joey thought that they were the only two, so Vince was about to take out Joey and win the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship. And Hop came out of nowhere and he tried to do an RKO, I think, but it ended up being a really shitty looking stunner. And then
Yeah.
both him and Joey Angelo eliminated Vince, and then Vince got angry and started destroying the ringside. And then it came down to Hop and Joey, and Hop runs at him, and then of course they gotta do the fucking Royal Rumble 2005 spot where they both get eliminated at the same time, and Hop saying I won, and Joey Angelo saying I won, and it's back and forth, and nobody gives a fuck. No, like I, oh my fucking god. So then they announced that Joey Angelo retains his YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship, and then Hop snatches the title and starts saying that he wins and he's a two-time YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Champion. And then Grimm gets involved and says Joey Angelo won, and then fucking the guy that had the championship of himself comes back out and is trying to act all tough, but then doesn't get in the ring, so the crowd starts chanting pussy, and then Vince comes back out and gets in the ring, and then says like to Joey Angelo, like, I don't know what he said to him, and then he said to fucking Hop, he's like, and you, I'm gonna kill you. And then he looked at Green, he's like, I'm saving the best for last for you, big boy. And he was like, I'm gonna rip your nuts off, shove them down your neck, and then take you to the fat farm. And then Grimm tried to be all cool, and he was like, he said something about like, don't just talk, Chico, do something about it, or some cringy shit, because Grimm's favorite wrestler was Razor Ramon, so he thinks he's a cool guy like Razor Ramon when he's fucking one of the most unfunny, uncool fucking people I've ever seen. And so Hop is like, he was like, we all just had this Regal Rumble match, and I'm kind of tired, but I say let's fuck this guy up. And Hop and Joey Angelo start whooping Vince's ass, but he takes both of them out, and then Grimm super kicks fucking Vince, and they look god awful, and apparently that was what took him out. Grimm's shitty super kicks, and Grimm starts saying like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I can whoop that ass anytime," and then that was pretty much it. And then they say Joey Angelo retains the title, and that's pretty much it, I guess. And then they had this whole fucking part where Grimm and Hop are doing this promo with each other, and Grimm's like, "Oh, like I asked you for help 6 times and you didn't help me, you asshole." And Hop was like, "You hit me with a chair." And Grimm was like, "Well, you pushed me," and they were like arguing, and then Hop was like, "I'm sorry I didn't help you, okay? And I'm sorry I shoved you." And Grimm was like, "I'm sorry I hit you with a chair. I don't want no BS between us because we already got enough to worry about with Vince and whatever Jimmy Controversy's group was called and all this shit." And they blamed each other for what happened, and that's pretty much how it fucking ended. No one gave a fuck. It was one of the worst shows. I don't even want to call it a show. It was one of the worst videos I've ever seen. I have seen backyard wrestling with way lower quality, with way better wrestling. People who have grown up wrestling in the backyard wrestle better than anybody on GTS. They put more
Yeah.
effort in. They're more believable, and they wrestle on a fucking trampoline. I've wrestled on a fucking trampoline. For fuck's sake, I had my own backyard wrestling brand, and it was better than fucking GTS. And fucking, like, it's sad when even DPW is better than GTS. DPW, which is fucking terrible. Fucking GCW is better than GTS. I'd rather watch that. I would rather watch John Moxley versus Nick Gage again than this shit.
Oh no.
Like, seriously. I would rather, I would rather watch. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is how bad GTS is. I would rather watch another Nia Jax versus Lana match than watching another GTS show ever again. This was so bad. It was so cringe. It was so awful. Every single
No.
person involved with this show should be ashamed of themselves. They should be embarrassed. This was one of the worst things I've ever seen, and I have a headache and I'm tired and I don't ever want to watch this shit again. So Austin, you give your thoughts because my brain is fucked right now.
This is fucking bad. Like, the only person I could see actually getting a fucking, like, major contract is the Vince Sears guy. But, like, Jesus Christ, all these people were just so fucking terrible, especially Grim. Especially fucking Hop was pretty fucking bad. Like,
Grim
oh
was like the
my
worst
god.
wrestler out of everybody there, and it's his brand, and he was like the worst wrestler there. Like how?
No.
He was the most.
I
Think of
swear.
this. These were all people who've never wrestled a day in their life, and Grim, they were all more in shape. Grim's girlfriend is more in shape than him, Austin. All
Here's
these
the thing,
fucking
like,
fat people that were in the match were more in shape and better at wrestling than
I'm
Grim.
pretty sure Grim has grown like 3 fucking sizes. Like he's like
Like literally,
he's got to be like a 5XL or something
like I
at this
remember
point.
watching his old wrestling figure videos where he would do toy hunts and when he would like dress up as Ebenezer Middlesdorf and shit. Like, yeah, he was kind of fat, but he was still like, like normal size. Like, yeah, he was a little overweight, but it wasn't anything where you look at him and be like, damn, he's fat. But now you look at Grim, you're like, God damn, he's fat. And Grim, the problem is he fully embraces it because his whole thing, he said it during the match, is he was gonna go into obese mode. And he like constantly makes jokes about how fat he is, like the fat man that runs the brand shit. Like he fully embraces being as big as he is. Like don't get me wrong, I'm big. I don't like being as big as I am, but I'm moderately big. I'm not fucking Grim level, but
No, I'm not.
like
I don't think if you combine the both of us, I don't think you'd still be Grim level. Like, I don't think we would be both Grim level.
Grim has
Like,
really let himself go. And like you could tell during the whole Regal Rumble, like Grim was so out of breath when he was in the ring. Like the first couple moves he started hitting, he was gassed. And it fuck's sake. Continue with your thoughts. My brain hurts after watching this.
well, it was pretty fucking bad. I will never watch GTS again. I I can never watch this shit again. Like, it was so fucking bad. And oh my fucking god. Like,
Here's the thing,
the fact
Austin.
that
Kyle Danger watches this every day. Every fucking day. He binges this every day. This is all he talks about on Twitter. Every day. All he does is suck Grim's fucking dick on Twitter. Every day. Ats Grim on Twitter. Every day. Begs Grim
hey,
to
hang on
like all this
now.
shit. Every
Hang on
day.
now.
And he says
Hang on
GTS
now.
is like
We're
the
gonna
best
start another
wrestling there is.
beef.
He said
You're gonna
he
start another
said
beef.
he said that GTS and what was it? He said GTS and AEW were the two greatest wrestling promotions of all time.
You're gonna start another beef, Devon.
I
You're
don't
gonna
care.
start.
I sat there. I tried to give. I knew it was gonna be bad, but I figured, you know what? We reviewed everything else. We reviewed Raw. We reviewed SmackDown, Impact, fucking Ring of Honor, fucking goddamn AEW. Fucking, we did pay-per-views. We fucking did DPW. Fucking, I watched shit from GCW, New Japan. I've watched shit from every single fucking wrestling company
Have
there
we
is.
done MLW? I think that's the only one we haven't done. It's been well
Well,
reviewed.
maybe that'll be a future fucking thing. I don't fucking goddamn know right now. But what I am trying to say is that I figured let's give GTS the benefit of the doubt because everybody talks about GTS. It's like this big fucking thing. Well, not big, but it's moderately big. And Kyle Danger hypes it up so much. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's really see how bad this is. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. I tried. I tried. It is impossible. It is so bad. I don't know how in the fuck Kyle Danger watches this every day and talks about it every day on Twitter and it's like it's dick sucks ground. I don't get it. I don't get it. This was so bad. And I get it. I guess I get that it's supposed to be geared towards a younger audience, but still it's embarrassing. And Kyle Danger is not a kid. Kyle Danger is fucking like 19 now, I think, or 18. Like, and I'm not trying to hate on Kyle for watching it. You can watch whatever the fuck you want and like whatever the fuck you want. All I'm saying is I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand. You know, if you like it, fine. That's cool. You do you, but I can't like it is so unbelievable. It is unwatchable. That's how bad it is. But we forced ourselves to sit through an hour of this GTS shit. And it was so bad. It was so bad. And the thing is, Austin, this isn't the worst. There's shit out there that's so much worse. Like the one thing I found, it was like a 3 a.m. final deletion fucking what was it, a light tube championship match that Grimm did, and there's like one where he had James Ellsworth dress up as a clown to defend the intergender championship. And then
I
there was
I
like
I
there was one. It was called like a hog pen match or some shit. I don't even want to
Okay,
fucking know.
okay. So, if you had the choice, what would you watch? Would you watch Saul or GTS?
Oh God, honestly, Saw. Honestly. Okay, what about you, Mister Hee Hee Ha Ha? Would you rather watch GTS or Wrong Turn?
I would rather watch GTS than fucking. I know you're gonna say Wrong Turn. Did you say Wrong Turn?
So you'd rather watch GTS wrestling than Wrong Turn?
I would rather watch fucking GTS wrestling than Wrong Turn.
Well, looks like we're doing another GTS show then, Austin. If that's what you really want. If that's what you really want.
No,
We
I
we
don't
will
want to do
do
another
we will
fucking
do
GTS.
Grimomania if you want to that bad.
No, I don't. I don't. I just, if I had the choice between fucking Wrong Turn and goddamn fucking Grimm's Toy Show, I would rather watch Grimm's Toy Show because I can't do incest shit.
I
I'm
don't want
sorry.
to watch fucking Saw, which is torture porn, but I would rather watch that than fucking GTS because at least then I could see it as it's a horror movie and like yeah, it's fucked up and it's disgusting, but GTS is just so cringe that it's unwatchable. I don't know. I guess I'd have to think more on it, but right now I just feel like Saw. I would watch that over GTS. Maybe if I actually watched Saw again, maybe I would change my mind, but I don't want to watch either. They're both bad. It's really sad. It's really sad when I say that fucking Grimm is worse than someone being tortured to death. It is really sad when I have to say that.
I know.
But that was GTS Wrestling Regal Rumble 2022. Yay! Woo!
We'll find something else to review eventually.
I sure hope it's something
I
better
think
than this. And you know what? I can't blame anybody because this was my fault, but because I'm the one that said fuck it, let's do
I
it.
think Devon is gonna need a couple day break now from doing anything.
And the thing is now that since I'm the one that wanted to watch this, next time Austin gets to pick, and that makes me afraid because usually when Austin picks stuff, it does not turn out good.
Okay, hang on. Like you can't, like you can't fucking.
every time it's like every time you pick something, it's always torture for me. Like,
All
man,
right.
I don't even know what we could possibly even do next after that. I don't know, man. Just no more
I feel like we
GTS.
need to go back to like the shows or whatever. I feel. 'Cause I think we need to stop with the bad wrestling for a bit, just for a little bit. We'll go back to it.
One day, I want to do a review on some actual backyard wrestling, like some good backyard wrestling that I know. Not this shit. This isn't backyard wrestling. I can't even call it that. It doesn't even deserve to be called
Jesus.
backyard wrestling. I don't know what to fucking call this. I really like. I don't even think
I
this
know what
has
to
its
call
own
it.
name. What? What?
Shit.
Fair point.
Like,
This is like I don't even know if I could call this outlaw mud show. It's probably worse than that. I don't even know like what do you call it? Like I guess it is just shit. I can't think of anything else.
yeah.
And the thing is like the sad reality is Grimm's audience loves it and they continue to watch it and they love every bit of it. So Grimm is always going to keep doing it no matter what. And it's probably just going to get worse and worse. We're talking about the man who fucking proposed to his wife or his fiance at WrestleMania and said he wants to have his wedding at WrestleMania and fucking oh god. We're talking about the man who at fucking WWE pay-per-views puts people through fucking tables in the parking lot.
We're
God damn
talking
it.
about the man who fucking makes fun of people's alcoholism and shit like that at pay-per-views.
We're talking about the man who wrestled a fucking goddamn toy John Cena and had the toy John Cena AA him off the roof of his house.
We're talking about a man who was dating a woman far out of his league, or married to a woman far out of his league, got a divorce, and then downgraded.
We're talking about the man who did that, but then had a had a ex-wife versus fiance GTS wrestling match
We're talking about the man who looked at his ex-wife's OnlyFans for a video.
with his fiance.
Yeah,
This, Kyle Danger, if you're watching, if you would like to explain exactly what about GTS it is that you like, I would really like to hear because I cannot wrap my head around what there possibly is to like.
I would like to hear that, and then I would also like to hear why you blocked me on Twitter.
That as well. I don't know the answer to that. That doesn't have nothing to do with me. But if you watch this, I guess let Austin know because I don't know why. So I didn't even know that you blocked him until Austin told me because I had no clue. But yeah, so that was GTS Regal Rumble 2022. Fuck it, it was terrible. I don't ever want to watch GTS again. And yeah,
It's
I'm
the worst
tired.
wrestling I've ever seen.
My head hurts. And fuck you, Grim. And uh, yeah, is there anything else you want to say? Because I'm so done.
Grim needs to fucking retire.
Oh, but that's
Jesus
that's
Christ.
that's that's the thing. He's had retirements in GTS, but always comes back. It's clickbait. Like we were talking about earlier, because he had a match that was like, oh, Hop's emotional retirement, and then Hop is still wrestling. And Grim literally said that he like clickbaits because if he doesn't, the GTS wrestling won't do as well if he doesn't clickbait. That's why he does titles the way he does. That's why he does thumbnails the way he does. And fair play to him, it gets some views. But
I know a lot of the titles they usually just sexualizes women and shit.
yeah, yeah, especially his fiance. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
pretty
there's
sure
been some
Penelope.
videos where he just puts his fiance's ass in the thumbnail.
I'm pretty sure he when Penelope Ford was in GTS. Yes, she was in GTS. He would sexualize her all the fucking time.
I'm
Like
pretty sure fucking Priscilla Kelly was in GTS before.
Jesus,
I'm pretty sure. I think she had a match against Grimm. I think.
Jesus.
I don't, that's an even more mind-boggling thing. Not even just the fact that people watch GTS, that these actual wrestlers degrade themselves enough to go wrestle for
Ro-
GTS.
Robbie E and fucking um Jimmy Rave were both in GTS at one point.
Fucking MJF was in GTS at one point. I think you told me, right?
Yeah, I think he was. I think he wasn't in it when it was all this shit was going on. He was in it like back in the day. Like he was training at Creative Pro with Kurt Hawkins, and Kurt
Oh,
Hawkins
that's
was doing the
why.
shit with Grimm, so he was kind
Yeah.
of forced into it.
Oh yeah, Kurt Hawkins is another one where he like had a friendship with Grimm, and he was always fucking on GTS. And man, I don't know. I'm tired of talking about GTS. Fuck GTS and fuck Grimm. So fucking bad. This was fucking terrible. This is probably the worst show that we've ever reviewed. This is that bad.
Yeah,
This this is that fucking bad. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if other people feel like this. That I'd really be interested to know, like other people like us that used to watch Grimm when we were younger, and then look at his stuff now and are just fucking disgusted at it. Like, I really wonder if there's other people out there that used to watch Grimm when they were like 12, 13, and like binge Grimm's content and shit and be into it, and then like years later see this real life GTS backyard wrestling shit, and I wonder if they feel the same way we do, because this is fucking terrible. Like at least, and that's another
I
sad
fucking
thing.
hope so, man.
Grimm playing with action figures was better than this. That is sad.
Yeah,
Grimm fucking doing his GTS with wrestling figures where he had shit like the Cock and the bare ass Big Show and all these fucking people. Fucking what didn't he have like AJ pedophiles or something like that at one point?
yeah,
And fucking like he had all this weird fucked up shit, but that was more entertaining than his actual backyard wrestling. Like, uh, I I wonder why Grimm stopped doing the wrestling figure stuff. I really wonder why.
I don't know.
I I always
I know
wondered
he still
that.
gets figures.
I know that, but I always wondered like why he started doing actual GTS and like completely stopped doing figure stuff. I wonder like if he got tired of it or what. I don't know. Cause I see like the times I have seen Grimm's Twitter or I have seen his comment section, like people are always asking him to bring back the wrestling figure stuff, and they say that they miss it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's really crazy how far Grimm has fallen. I remember watching his videos all the time. I would watch like his toy hunts, his GTS wrestling shows. I would watch his fucking mail calls where he would get figures in the mail and shit. Like I used to watch all his content. I used to be a huge Grimm fan. I was like Kyle Danger back in the day. And I can't believe I just said that, but I was.
Yeah.
And now, all this time later, this is where Grim has ended up, and it's just sad. It's like sad how bad it is, and like sad how much he's let himself go to. But yeah, I'm done talking about. I'm fucking tired. I'm done. So that was your review for the GTS Regal Rumble 2022. I know I said that like 5 times already, but I'm legit ending this right now. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on whatever the fuck we review. I don't know, but I wanted this to be a short review, but it's probably fucking long now. So fuck GTS, fuck Grim, and we'll see you next time. And
Back
yeah,
to the podcast.
yeah, and if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you.
Oh, Tony there.
Eat it, yeah. I'm gonna go kill myself now.
God.